Hello everyone, come back again through this video. I am very happy to see you all again. Okay, today we will going to learn about important major process of plants, important major characteristics, features of plants. What is that? That is reproduction in plants. That is reproduction in plants, lesson 1 for grade 5. Lesson 1 for grade 5. Okay, let it we move on to the class. Okay, in this reproduction in plants, there are many plants in our world. There are many plants in our world, around 3,065,000 plants, more than 3,065,000 plants in our earth. So they are reproducing by their same kind by the process of reproductions. They are reproducing by their same kind by the process of reproduction. In this method, in this process, the plants will going to continue to their life and it will going to give you the new one of the same kind of organisms. Okay, so that process is called reproduction. Okay, now the reproduction method is in many ways of in varieties of plants. The reproduction method is having many ways in varieties of plants. The major two types is the plants mostly reproduce through their seeds, and another one is the plants and many more plants reproduce through their body parts. Reproduce through their body parts like roots, stems and leaves. Roots, stems and leaves. Okay, now let me to tell you about all things detailing. Okay, so the first one, reproduction through seeds. The plants will goes to the process of reproduction through seeds. Okay, first have you see that? Can you see that seed? This is the seed. How the seed will be germinate to give rise to a new plant, a baby plant and an adult plant and a big tree. Okay, now we are going to learn about that. Let's see and let's concentrate here. Okay, first one, animals and humans, we all are like to eat fruits very much. So we are eating many varieties and many types of and many taste of fruits. In all fruits, the fruits having a seed inside it. The all fruits having seed inside it, except some plants like banana. So banana fruit, it's not having a seed in it. Instead of that, the banana plant is reproduced by their plant pods. It will be reproduced by their plant pods. So first of all, we are going to see only the reproduction through the seeds. Okay, so we are eating many types of fruits. In each fruits having a seeds like that. Okay, some fruits having a single seeds and some fruits having a many more seeds. Some fruits having a single seeds and in some fruits having many more seeds. Okay, so from that seeds, when we are throw the seeds on the ground means after it getting the enough conditions, it will give rise to a new plant. It will give rise to a new plant. First, the seed having a seed coat. The seed having the outer part of seed coat. The seed having seed coat, when we are sown onto the field or the ground, and it will get proper conditions like water, air and carbon dioxide from your water and sunlight from suns. So these proper conditions the seed will get. After that, it will slightly give rise to a new plant. The first one, that is a tiny leaf. That is a tiny leaf. The shoot pod will be come out first. Afterwards, the root pods will be come out second. The shoot pod will be come out first. Afterwards, the root pod will be goes into the ground and then after some weeks, the shoot pods will give rise to producing a new baby plant and root also go deep into the ground. Okay, so after that, after some months you have to see the plants will grown to a new baby big plant. Plants will grown to a big plant, and root also it will submerged under the ground, and it will grow many types of root hairs inside for their gripness. Okay, and then after some years the plant will go into a big tree. The plant will grow into a big tree, and then the tree will having a many more fruits. The tree will having it will produce many more fruits. Then we will take the fruits, and then we will eat it, and then again we throw out the seeds outside. Then the seeds will be get the correct proper conditions. It will germinate to give rise to a new plant. So this is the life cycle of the every fruits, and this is the seed germination of every seed. Okay, so after that these are the process of many more plants in our world that will reproduce through their seeds. Okay, so afterwards we will going to learn about that, the reproduction through other parts of plants. The reproduction through other parts of plants. So how it taken place? Now you let me to tell it. Okay, the first one, the other parts of plants, like some plants having all plants having roots, leaves and stems. These all parts are give rise to a new plant. It is very amazing, no? Without seeds, the plant parts will give rise to a new plant. So what is that? How it is that? The first one is root. Some plant pot's root will give rise to a new plant, and from the new plant a big plant will be grown. Okay, the first, the example of carrot, radish, beetroot, these are the sweet potato, these are the root type of vegetables. These are the vegetables, it's going under the ground, and these vegetables when we taking the for example when we taking the carrot plant means we just cut it the top portions and keep it the outside, and we just put it the bottom portion under the ground means after some days the bottom portion will give rise to a new plant. A small tiny leaves will be coming out from the bottom portion of the carrots, and then it will give rise to a new plant. So likewise the roots of the plants will give rise to a new plant, it becoming a new plant. The process is called vegetative propagations. The process is called vegetative propagations. Okay, the another one method, leaves. Some plants will give rise to a new plants by the pods of leaves. It is very amazing, it is very exciting, no? Yes, some plants are produce a new plant from the pods of leaf. How it's possible? But it is possible in the leaves of Bryophyllum. It is possible in the leaves of Bryophyllum. Bryophyllum is one of the most popular plant. The leaf is very fleshy leaf on the broad flattened surface of leaves. Okay, so these Bryophyllum leaves, at the margin of the Bryophyllum leaf there is a small buds will be coming out. Okay, after some days the small buds fallen on the ground and it will give rise to a new plant. So for example, in your nearby home, they are your neighbors are having that Bryophyllum plant means it is in the structure of like this. The Bryophyllum plant is in the structure of like this. If you are seeing the Bryophyllum plant in nearby your neighbor's home means you just notify, you just observe keenly that Bryophyllum plant. The plant leaf is like this. At the edge, margin of the plant leaves, there will be a small buds will be coming out. Small buds will be coming out like this. So with the root it will be coming out. Small buds, that is a small leaves with roots, it will be coming out from the leaves. If you are seeing that Bryophyllum leaves, you just pluck it the Bryophyllum and you take it to your home and keep it inside any of your book. After some days or after 2 weeks, you will take and see what a surprise, the leaf margin will having a new small buds. After you just taken the new small buds and you just plant it on inside your ground. You just plant it inside the soil on your garden. After few days it will give rise to a new plant. Okay. So the bryophyllum leaves is give rise to a new plant, and then one the stems. Some plant stems it gives rise to a new plant. For examples, ginger and turmeric. Okay, so the stems they are further divided into three types. They are further divided into three types, that is rhizomes, tuber and bulb. Rhizomes, tuber and bulb. Okay, for rhizomes examples ginger and turmeric. Did you ever see the ginger and turmeric plant? The ginger and turmeric plant leaves is same as alike. Okay, so then these are the types of rhizomes. The ginger and turmeric is one of the stem, and it is a types that coming under the rhizomes. Okay, so the ginger and turmeric having a small buds on the edges, a small green color is present on that edges. After we are planted the green color, you cut the pot and planted on the soil means after sometimes the green color will give rise to a new plant. Okay, the green color will give rise to a new plant. The second one is tuber. The second type of method is tuber. For examples, potato. So all in your home you have a potato. Okay, you just do it one activity. You take the potato. At the potato there is a small black like dots. The dot is otherwise called buds. The dot is otherwise called buds. If you set a potato for more than 3 weeks or 1 month means after you are seeing the potato will produce a new green color buds like that. You just cut it the potato and keep it under the ground means after few days what will happen? The small buds will give rise. It will produce to a new plant. Okay, so you just do it in your home and you will see that new plant of potatoes. Okay, so after the last type is bulb. The stems having three types. From three types we have seen the two types. So after that the bulb method. Bulb is for examples onion and garlic. If all home your mom used the onion and garlic, they didn't cook the food without onion and garlic because it is very important for the vitamins and minerals. So the onion and garlic is in a bulb like shape. Okay, so at the top of the onion and garlic there is a new plant will coming out. At the bottom there is a root will coming out. Okay, so these are the three types of stem plant pods. It will give rise to a new plants. Okay, so after that now we will going to learn about that. I already told the plant pods of seeds will give rise to germinate into a new plant. After that, in every flowering plants, there is a many flowers. The colorful flowers is there. Do you know? Can you identify that how the flowers will go into the other pods? The flowers will after the blooming the flower will be goes to a fruit. The flower will be goes to a fruit. So now we are going to learn about how the fruit formation taken place in the plant. How the fruit formations taken place in the plant. Okay. So first of all, for examples, you take a hibiscus flower. You take a hibiscus plant. Flower. There I just drawn a flower, the LS, longitudinal pods of the hibiscus flower. So in that flower there is a small green like structure, that is a pedicel. The green like structure is attached to the stem of the hibiscus plants. So that is name is pedicel. So another above just above the pedicel there we can see that sepals. Just above the pedicel, this is a pods of plant. So just above the pedicel there we can see the sepals. It is in green color like a leaf structures. So just above the sepals we can see that a beautiful, a colorful pot of petals. A colorful pot of petals, that is a flower. Okay, these many plants having a different colors and different varieties and different fragrance of flowers. Okay, each flowers may give rise to a new different shapes of fruits and vegetables. Okay, so here flowers, the petals is, and then inside the petals you can be say about some filaments is there. Okay, so at the center of the filament, the one filament is give rise to at straight, and at the edge part of the filament is like a small bulb shape. So it is the stigma. It is the stigma. The stigma and the style, and below that there is a ovary is there. Below that there is a ovary. Stigma, style, ovary, and inside the ovary there is a ovum, that is small egg is there. So these are the female part of the flower. These are the female part of the flower. So after that, and some other filament also arising from that inside the flowers. So what is that plant? That is the male part of the plant. That is the male part of the plant. I can draw this here. Okay, so this is the male part of the flower. So this is the anther filament. At top of the filament there is the anther. So at over the anther there is a small yellow color or any other color dots. That is a pollen grain. That is a pollen grain. So due to the usage of pollen grains only, the fruit formation will be taken place in every plants. So this is the male part of the flower, filament, anther, and over the anther there is a pollen grains is there. Okay, so these are the parts of the flower. After the pollination taken place, after the pollination, how the pollination taken place means the anther will be get into the another flower stigma. The anther will be come and stick on the stigma at the same flower or another flower. After the anther, the pollen will goes to the style. The pollen will goes to the style and it will be lost, reaches the ovary part. It will lost, reaches the ovary part. After some days the fusion is taken place here, and then the sepals and petals are fall on the ground and the ovary is become to form a fruit. The ovary is become to form a new fruit. Okay, so these like of the flowers only taking place the process of reproductions. From these like the flowers only taking a place of process of reproductions. Okay, so after that we can going to learn about the dispersal of seeds. Dispersal of seeds. So how the seed will dispersal? What is called the dispersal? Dispersal means spreading. Dispersal means spreading. Spreading or scattering. Dispersal means spreading or scattering. So how the spreading and scattering will done in every plants? Because the baby plant is not enough. The baby plant sometimes we are seeing in a big tree. Under the big tree there are a small baby plant, tiny plants. The tiny plant is not having the enough carbon dioxide, enough place for grown into a new plant. So that it need to have a very vast places. So in the process only the tiny plants will be scattered and dispersal by in many other ways, and in that place it will going to grow a new plant. So the dispersal of seeds will done by 4 ways. The dispersal of seeds will done by 4 ways. For example, the wind, dispersal taken by wind, dispersal taken by water, dispersal of seeds taken by animals, and explosion. Okay, so the wind carries some pollens to the other far away from the plant, and there it will fit and it will give rise to a new plant. And by water, for example, the coconut, often you see at the beach side the coconut will be floating on the water. So the water carry the coconut far away from the parent plant, and there it reaches the faraway place, and there it will supposed to fit on the ground, and it will give rise to a new plant. The next thing is animals. Okay, so animals like birds, insects, by the process, by the agent of birds and the insects, the seed or the pollen will dispersed. The pollen will dispersal from one flower to other flower, or the same plant, or the flower of the same plant. Okay, so this dispersal is otherwise called pollination. This pollen dispersal is otherwise called pollination. Okay, and explosion means some fruits that exploded out and the seeds will be go and fallen away from the plants. So in that place it will be fit and it will be grown to a new plant. Okay, so these are the types of dispersal of seeds. So today, dear students, today in these lessons we will learn all about that, how the plant will reproduce and how it will give rise to a new plant from faraway places. And there are two types. The first one is reproduction through seeds. The another one is reproduction through other parts of plants like roots, leaves and stems. Okay, so the next we learned about the parts of flower. The flower having the many more plants, and the flower also having a female part like anther and filament, that is otherwise called androecium. That is a male part, and the female part like stigma, style and ovary, ovum, that is otherwise called gynoecium. Okay, so the next thing, how the fruit will form. Likewise we are saw how the fruit will form. So at last we will saw dispersal of seeds. At last we will saw the dispersal of seeds by wind, water, animals and explosions. Okay children, today we will learn these things very interestingly. So after we will see you later. Thank you.